I'm Karrie Hill, lawyer turned realtor and coach. And in this video, we're ranking brokerages based on the profitability of the top real estate brokerage firms. Yep, we're breaking down which brokerages are doing great, climbing in the right direction, or falling in the wrong direction. Plus, those that aren't seeing any light on the horizon. If you want a long-term career in real estate, you need to know this information. So let's get to it. Our brokerage ranking is based on objective facts. How do we get objective facts? By taking a peek at the only transparent balance sheets we can see, those with publicly traded stocks. We're going to cover 8 listed real estate brokerage stocks, representing around 15 actual brokerage companies and 3 different business models. So how are these brokerages really doing? Forget about the stock prices. We're not here to play the stock market. Instead, we're getting into the nitty-gritty of what these brokerages have actually done in the real estate market. We'll look at their performance before the pandemic, during the hottest buying markets of 2021 and 2022, and in the challenging times that followed. By examining the last few years' balance sheets, we can see which brokerages are navigating industry challenges the best. And as you know, with the NAR changes and all the disruptors in the real estate market, there are more challenges to come. That we can be sure of. But first, I'm handing you over to Doug Smart to provide some background about why you should care about this information and how to best understand it.
Real estate brokerage profitability. Understanding brokerage profitability is critical for agents. In these rapidly changing real estate times, you want to be with a brokerage that will stand the test of time. Unprofitable brokerages aren't fun. Why? Resources and tools. Unprofitable brokerages don't have the funds to continually improve resources and tools for agents, which is essential for enhancing both your career and client satisfaction. Change is hard. Unprofitable brokerages can eventually fail, and you don't want to suddenly have to change brokerages. That disrupts your service and forces you to learn new systems, both of which can be a hassle. Plus, unprofitable brokerages can get bad press, making it harder for you to attract new clients. Agent earnings. Worst of all, unprofitable brokerages raises fees for agents and/or lowers commission splits. Why? Because in the real estate world, agents provide nearly all of the income to cover company expenses. If a brokerage is facing losses, it either needs agents to generate more business to scale its income, or it requires agents to pay more in fees and/or keep less of their commissions. Brokerage success. All brokerages need agent transactions to pay their business expenses. Several factors influence this dynamic. For example, the brokerage business model dictates operational expenses and plays a significant role. Market conditions and economic cycles play a huge role as well. Additionally, the technological advancements can improve operational efficiency, while the regulatory environment and compliance costs can add financial strain. All these elements combined determine how well a brokerage can support its agents and sustain its operations. Number 2, real estate brokerage models. Real estate brokerage models are evolving rapidly, with plenty of disruptors shaking things up. Here are 4 key types. Traditional brokerage models typically involve franchise setups with brick and mortar offices and brokers handling recruitment. Discount traditional brokerage models follow a similar structure, but focus on offering lower costs to clients. Right, agents earn less too. Hybrid brokerage models feature brick and mortar offices like traditional brokerages, but they use more technology-driven platforms to lower costs and provide value to their agents. Cloud-based brokerage models eliminate the expenses of physical offices and the layers of middlemen inherent in traditional franchise models. They create synergy and economies of scale by eliminating all the duplicate staff needed across franchise offices. These modern models use tech-driven platforms to enhance agent resources, and they often empower and reward agents for taking the lead in recruitment. The bottom line is that modern brokerages have much lower costs and can provide more ongoing value to their agents. Number 3, brokerage comparison selection. Alright, let's get into how we pick the brokerages for our comparison. The criteria are simple. We're only looking at brokerages with listed stocks. Why? Because public companies provide transparent financials. These are the only brokerages that can provide a clear picture of their performance. We've got 8 brokerages or groups with listed stocks. We have brokerages from all 4 models we just talked about. Even if you aren't with one of these brokerages, checking out their models and financials will give you a good idea of how similar brokerage models are likely doing. Here are the models and brokerages we will cover. Traditional. Anywhere. Includes Sotheby's, Coldwell Banker, Better Homes and Gardens, Century 21, Corcoran, and more. Douglas Elliman and Remax. Traditional discount brokerage. Redfin. Traditional hybrid. Compass. Cloud-based modern. eXp Realty, Fathom, and Real. Ready for the rankings? Karrie Hill is up next to show you. But first, if you're looking for a great brokerage and would like to get consistent value like we've been providing here, consider partnering with us at eXp Realty. We are with the free Wolfpack sponsor team where you'll get more value than anyone else in the real estate business is offering, and it's all free when you partner with us. Learn more at our website, smartagentalliance.com. That link will also be in the description below.
Top real estate brokerage firms. Thank you, Doug. Let's get into the ranking of these brokerages based on their earnings history. We're specifically looking at EPS, earnings per share, because it reflects the net income after all of a company's costs and expenses are accounted for. We're ranking these from worst to best, or in other words, from the company with the most losing quarters to the ones with the most winning quarters. Since some companies have been listed for a shorter time than others, we'll compare winners and losers by percentage. This way, you'll get a clear, fair picture of who's crushing it and who's struggling. Very unprofitable. First up, 2 brokerages haven't had a profitable quarter in all of their available records. Yikes! To decide which one is in the worst shape, we're choosing the one with the larger dollar losses. So the worst brokerage is Compass, a traditional hybrid model with 18 quarters posted, 18 quarters of losses, or 100% unprofitable and 0% profitable. The only hope here is that the losses are getting smaller over time. Next worst is Real, a cloud-based modern model with 19 quarters of posted earnings, 19 quarters of losses, also 100% unprofitable, and 0% profitable quarters. However, the dollar amounts aren't as large as Compass's. On the other hand, the direction of the losses is much worse than Compass because they are continuing to get bigger. Nothing is under control at Real yet. Then we have Fathom, a cloud-based modern model with 20 quarters of posted earnings, 19 quarters of losses, making it 95% unprofitable with only 5% profitable quarters, despite the much lower expenses of a cloud-based model. It seems their math just isn't working out. Again, Fathom has huge losses with winning quarters, but those winning quarters are so tiny that we can't even see them on this chart. And while the losses might have peaked, the path to gains using this trend is years away. Will they survive? Next is Redfin, our traditional discount model example, with 20 quarters of posted earnings, 17 quarters of losses, totaling 85% unprofitable and 15% profitable quarters. Again, the losses are huge compared to gains. The only saving grace is that the losses are trending lower. Following that is Douglas Elliman, with 13 quarters of posted earnings, 7 quarters of losses, resulting in 54% unprofitable quarters and 46 profitable quarters. From the look of the losing trend, Douglas Elliman doesn't have their losses under control yet. More profitable. Okay, the last 3 brokerages are less than over 50% unprofitable, which means they have over 50% profitable quarters. In the third best position, we have Anywhere, the large traditional company that includes Sotheby's, Coldwell Banker, Better Homes and Gardens, Century 21, and Corcoran. They must have some economy of scales going on. Anywhere has 20 quarters of posted earnings, 8 quarters of losses for a total of 40% unprofitable quarters and 60% profitable quarters. On the downside, the losing quarters are quite large compared to the winning quarters. This isn't good news for all the agents there. The second best brokerage is RE/MAX, a traditional model with 20 quarters of posted earnings and 6 quarters of losses, totaling 30 unprofitable quarters and 70% profitable quarters. While RE/MAX has been doing great for a traditional model, the chart shows that their down quarters during trying times are significantly down. If it were my pocketbook, it looks like those losing quarters wiped out my prior years of income. Plus, RE/MAX lost money during one of the best real estate markets of late 2021 and early 2022. Yikes! And the number one real estate brokerage is eXp Realty, a cloud-based model with 20 quarters of posted earnings, 5 quarters of losses, giving it only 25% unprofitable quarters and 75% of profitable ones. Even better is that the up quarters significantly outstrip the size of the down quarters. eXp is clearly on the right track to everlasting sustainability without clawing into their agents' commissions and fees. Future outlook. The charts we just showed demonstrate how the brokerages and their business models performed across an okay market, a great real estate market, and a bad real estate market. What a great data pool to capture. New challenge. However, all these brokerages are facing a new challenge. The new NAR rules are bound to result in fewer transactions as more buyers and sellers decide to go it alone without agent representation, because a lot of them didn't know they could do that before, and now they do. Plus, the new transparency around the cost of buyer agents might put some downward pressure on commission levels due to competition, especially for new, inexperienced agents. While all brokerages suffer when there are fewer transactions, those that offer caps to their agents won't feel the pinch as much. That's because their brokerage earnings don't rely on every single transaction that agents do, unlike brokerage models with no cap. For example, eXp Realty offers agents a $16,000 cap. Once an agent pays $16,000 a year to eXp, the company no longer makes much from that agent, only small fees that likely cover just transaction administration costs. Yet, eXp Realty, even with these caps, remains the top real estate brokerage and is unlikely to feel the pain like other brokerages will. Fragile future? Traditional models, however, face a more fragile future. They have high expenses in the form of franchise middlemen, physical offices, and duplicative staffing. These costs don't add much value to agents. It makes sense that cloud-based models will continue to grow and eventually dominate the real estate space. These brokerages allow their agents to keep much higher commission splits and pay lower fees. Plus, some like eXp even offer physical office space for those occasional client meetings. And also very important is that when these models are profitable, they have much more cash on hand to add new resources and tools to their agents, so agents can do their jobs better and provide more value to their clients. Is the end coming? Traditional models rely on having enough agents doing enough transactions to cover their bloated expenses. A tipping point may come when enough agents move to superior cloud-based brokerages, leaving traditional models unable to cover their costs. They're likely to resort to charging higher fees or lowering commission splits until every agent sees the light at the end of their traditional tunnel. Remember when Blockbuster lost out to Netflix? It didn't happen overnight, and this won't either. but eventually the world caught on to the benefits of streaming. Of course, not all cloud-based models are bulletproof either. These brokerages, even these cloud-based brokerages, need their financials to add up, meaning their commission splits and fees must ensure profitability. If not, as we saw with Fathom and Real, they too will need to lower commissions, raise agent fees, and they might fail to innovate with new resources and tools. Bad math doesn't get better with more agents. As you consider your next move in the real estate industry, keep these insights in mind. Choose a brokerage that matches your current needs and promises a sustainable future. Nobody wants to make the switch to a new brokerage only to find out that the brokerage is clawing back some of the value that the agent originally thought they were going to have. In the meantime, to learn more about eXp Realty and the Wolfpack, our sponsor team, here's some more videos that should be showing right now. Hey, and subscribe if this has been helpful to you at all to encourage us to keep doing these. Thank you for watching and have a great day.